Hello everyone, my name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself. Welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a Platinum Patreon support request for Justin. This is a game I've never heard of and a new one to the channel, RimWorld. The song is called Ceta or Ceta. Don't know anything about this, but I like this image. I very much like outer space and the universe and all those kind of things. So I don't know if this is an actual planet or if it's just a made-up one, but either way I'm excited. If I had to guess, usually when there's universe or planet or solar system type stuff, it's a little more ambient and maybe even orchestral, but we'll see. Never judge a book by its cover. This is Ceta. Oh, almost sounds kind of country. I believe that's a tambourine in the background. Whoa, very atmospheric. The percussion kicked in and it started like going from left to right speaker. To me, I see like a little gathering of like a couple people, like 3 or 4 people just playing random instruments. Maybe even like a bonfire in front of them or something. Egg shaker. I have one of those somewhere. So it's definitely a steel string acoustic guitar playing simple single note melodies. Excuse me. On the right side we have an electric guitar playing just the chords. Oh. I believe that may be a lap steel guitar as well. Very interesting writing. So that's a hammer-on pull-off, is that sound at the beginning of the riff. I'll show you one right here. That da-da-da-da. Yep. Oh, we're getting bluesy over here. The electric is now playing its own thing. But it's like a really good distortion on the electric. It's like not overly distorted, it's just overdriven. So it's got a little crunch. I like how you can hear the finger squeak. Brand new strings, by the way. Oh yeah, those are brand new strings. Well, Color me surprised. It definitely was. It was ambient, but in its own way. This was more. Well, man, I really was not expecting anything to sound like that with this image at all. Cannot tell you for the life of me what setting that would take place. Maybe a cutscene. I don't know. Okay, wow. So there's a couple of words I've never used yet on the channel that I'm about to say right now. Okay, so we had definitely a very guitar-centric thing, but it was also very simple, like very simple sounding instruments. That's why it sounded like maybe like 2 or 3 people around a campfire, one with a tambourine, one with a shaker, and then someone with like an electric guitar like in the background but turned it kind of down. The focus was the acoustic steel string, and you can tell it was a steel string because you can hear that finger squeak whenever there's a chord change like that. But also an acoustic guitar just sounds more chimier because they're bronze steel strings. But there was a couple things that stood out to me. For one, the techniques, right? There was a big emphasis on the main riff, which is a little da-da-da-da. That's a hammer-on pull-off, or like a legato technique. Legato meaning smooth. Basically, instead of striking a note like dun-da-da-dun, right? It's like da-da-da-da. Basically, it's one stroke to make those notes, and it's just what it sounds like. Instead, it's you're hammering on your finger to that note, and then you're pulling it off, and that's just how you get that smooth kind of rolling note sound. Da, 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 da. I'm a big fan of that. I use it all the time. A song that uses that right away is "Classical Gas" by Mason Williams. You'll recognize it if you search for what I just explained. But also, here's something I was never expecting to say that it reminded me of: Nickelback. Now, I'm not going to get into the whole debate if Nickelback is a bad band or not. That's up to you to decide. It is all subjective. Music is music. But they do have a song, forgive me, I believe it's called Good Times Gone, or Were the Good Times Gone? I believe it is the closing track on Silver Side Up. And that one has something very similar to this. It has that kind of rolling arpeggio acoustic guitar, but more importantly has what I think is like that lap steel sound, or it's either a guitar slide, which is a thing that guitarists put on their ring finger or whatever finger, but usually the ring finger. It's either glass or metal, and it just makes this kind of type of sound. But also there's lap steel guitars, which they're played like horizontally on your lap as opposed to playing like this. You're playing like looking down, and that's all just slide. And this had that. I don't know which one was which, but also that Nickelback song, which is a good song by the way, has that. It sounded like a brother of this song, which is kind of crazy because I never thought I would recommend Nickelback. But I mean, if you're willing to put away like stigmas and whatever and just accept music for what it is, then you might enjoy it. Something else that's reminding me of a game that's very familiar on this channel is Project Wingman, composed by Jose Pavli. There's a song in that OST called King's Court, and within the first couple seconds of hearing that, you'll know why it reminded me of this, and you might enjoy that. You should check that out. Now, as far as this song, I have to give it up. The praise is there. It sounds like really nothing that's on this channel. It caught me off guard. It's bold in its choices. It kind of makes perfect sense, but to me it makes no sense as to what the image is, so that gives it points to me. It's just very mysterious, right? I don't know what RimWorld is, I don't know what Ceta is, but the song was great, and it just did stuff. And then I forgot to mention that it even went to like this kind of bluesy section. The electric guitar in this one was more in the background than the foreground. It was just kind of there playing single chords, and then at the end it had like this heavy reverbed bluesy kind of improvisation over possibly the pentatonic scale. So it was just kind of, for me, I was like, oh, this is my world, right? I know this type of sound and this feel. But if I was not a musician and I heard this, I feel like this would stick out a lot in a video game because it's very musical. And just what I mean by that, it just doesn't really sound like, I guess your typical VGM. It sounds more like something you would hear maybe on the radio, which I guess by default would stick out. I'm only assuming. I can't speak for everyone that's just like a casual consumer of music, but I feel like that's probably why it sticks out so much, because you're like, whoa, this isn't what I'm used to. I'm not used to acoustic guitars and this little egg shaker, you know what I mean? But that's what's cool about it. Like that's what I keep saying over and over. VGM has no rules. It's just whatever the composer wants, and there's just like a lot more freedom than I think any other medium in the world. More so than movies. Books are not allowed to have music, so the closest thing we have is video games. It's quite beautiful. So I don't take it for granted what I do, because I get to experience these stories told through notes, and it's just great. It's just great. I'm really happy, and no idea what this image means again, but I like looking at it because it's just these are two things that I like to constantly divulge in, and that's, you know, outer space and guitars. So this is speaking my world here. So of course I'm kind of biased, but it's really cool. Never thought I would have anything like that. If you can surprise me, then we're gonna get along. So thank you, Justin, for that. Continue with the great request. If you want to make your own, you could do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are totally fine. If you do not mind waiting in that gigantic wait list, yeah, it's pretty big. So if you do not want to wait, there is the Platinum tier on Patreon, which Justin here is a part of. Basically, skipping the line, so to say, and any backlog you have if you have one. A big thank you to Aiden, Justin, Kevin, Moon Knight, Rogue Monk, Solid Bullet 066, Your Average Metalhead, Lord Daddy, and Sakai Nuaride for supporting that. Thank you to everyone that you see over here. Thanks to you for watching. Let me know more about this game. I don't know anything about it, and I don't think I have any more requests for it. So it's up to you to tell me what you think about RimWorld. And oh, also, I should have mentioned this. The composer for this is apparently Alistair Lindsay. No clue, but congrats. Awesome. You may have a new fan, and maybe a potential 1,000 more other fans. Until next time, dudes and dudettes, my name is Jesse. Have a good day.